in the world. Their target is economic assets, and they burn down a substantial part of the timber market here and other markets around here, burnt many vehicles.
The story in Dutse is not so different.
Some of them do rob people. Though I've not had personal experience with them, but with what I've heard, the activities are not really friendly. So we must be careful when we deal with these men, because they are not behaving as we are.
The ward councillors, the local government chairman need to put things together, call them through their union, talk to them, let them know the danger of inciting violence.
Many residents queried that while the police and other security operatives respond promptly to the distress situations as they occur, concerted efforts should be made to address the unwholesome activities of Okada riders to prevent reoccurrence of such life-threatening situations in the territory.
Many thanks, Onotu, for that background, which captures some of the current happenings regards motorcyclist activities in the FCT. And our guest today is our regular face on the program. He is Superintendent of Police Hussaini Audu, who is also the Divisional Police Officer in charge of Dutse. You're welcome to the program.
Good morning, Tessie. Good morning, viewers.
Glad to have you join us this morning.
Thank you.
We are looking at security situation as regards activities of Okada riders. That's one of their names, and it's becoming one too many. So what is the security situation in FCT, presently in the aftermath of these riot incidences involving motorcycle, that is their activities as highlighted on the background report by Onotu?
Well, thank you, Tessie. Presently, the security situation of FCT is calm after the aftermath of this riot in Dede and that of Galadima. Other divisions were able to put in place their security apparatus proactively to ensure that such situations don't extend to their places. But for now, the situation is calm.
Okay. We have observed that these riots, by commercial activities usually emanate as a result of maybe a road traffic crash, and then sometimes it's like they are waiting for it to happen, they take advantage. What are the rules of engagements, to apply to this road traffic issues?
In fact, these commercial motorcyclists, popularly known as Okada, they've started becoming menace to FCT and its environs. By extension, most of these causes are being carried out because they break traffic rules, follow one way. As a result of one or two misunderstandings with other road users, it causes this mayhem. So what we normally do as security agents is to ensure that the road traffic acts are carried out accordingly. We ensure that these Okada riders don't follow one way, as we all popularly know this. They call it one way. So now what we normally do, whosoever follows one way, there are ways and manner in which we get them arrested. Now, the FCT administration has formed up the Director of Road Traffic officers, as well as police officers, to go on enforcement. Each time they find out Okada riders beating the road traffic rules, they are apprehended and then prosecuted accordingly. Okay. By so doing, it has reduced to some extent.
So one wonders, these commercial motorcyclists, do they get this, like the needed enlightenment of do's and don'ts? Because it's like sometimes they take the laws into their hands. And
if you look at the level of understanding, level of education is very, very low, and the level of thinking is very, very shallow. What is normally done is they go on sensitization. They gather their heads. There are some areas like the hinterland in which vehicles don't go, that they operate. Most of their heads are being called upon, and then they sensitize them and tell them about the dangers involved in operating this Okada. And each time these things are carried out, we ensure that they adhere to all the rules of engagement strictly. Failure for them to do that, I'm sure the law definitely take its course.
Okay. Talking about laws taking its course, from the record so far, we are aware that the FC administration, there's this subsisting ban on activities of these commercial motorcyclists. For a while now, they are banned. I don't know if it's everywhere, but if it's particular parts of the FCT. What are you doing about the enforcement of this ban?
The FCT administration has totally banned the use of motorcycle within Metropolis and its environs.
Okay.
It is still in force. And enforcements are being carried out from time to time by task force, which is being formed by the administration of the FCT. If you look at them, they have them in areas like Lugbe, we have them in areas like Galadima, we have them in areas like the expressway, because they have told them on no account should any of them use the expressway. Most of them, for them to be using the expressway, they constitute nuisance when they use this expressway. So we have pinned down in areas on the expressway that whosoever uses Okada are arrested, and then they compound, when they get these Okadas, they take them to the dumping site. There's a place in Uye where they call the dumping site. And once your Okada is confiscated and kept in that place, you no longer have them again.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
It's still in force.
Okay.
The embargo has not been lifted.
It has not been lifted yet.
Yes, there are some areas in which vehicles or keke napep don't get to that areas, like some terrains which are very, very rough.
Hard to reach
terrains.
Okay.
So they operate in
within
the interior.
those areas.
Yes, in those interior.
Oh, okay.
And once they pick passengers, they take them in, and then they don't come to the express.
And there's something about this Okada riders. When they are not rioting, is either they are disturbing public, security. And sometimes people have reported cases of isolated areas where they use them also as they snatch handbags, they snatch valuables,
Yes.
and then, like you said, maybe hard to reach terrains. Before you know, they are gone.
Yes.
What is the police, doing to check?
Exactly, like black spots. We have identified so many black spots in which these Okada riders operate. Most times from 10 p.m., you see them hanging around that area, getting passengers, dispossess these passengers of their properties, and then before you know it, they are off. Now, we have taken much strategies to ensure that policemen at that black spots have pinned down points, in the sense that when you go there, you will never see them operating any longer. And when they see the police at that particular place, they don't operate. If you disobey, if a particular road user uses Okada at odd hours, it is advisable for them not to use Okada at odd hours. From 10 p.m. coming down to my area, I have set down a particular directive that on no account should Okada operate from 10:30. Once it's 10:30, any Okada that is found in my area will be arrested. Because these people who operate around that particular time are those bad eggs, are those thieves and robbers. Yes. They are out for particular reasons.
Okay, we'll dwell more on